So we're doing the third interview now. We're bringing the third guest on.
Okay.
And it's Donna Gray Banks. And Donna is the founder and the director, I think that's her title, of the Fresh Book Festival it's in Florida. Where is it in Florida? It is in
I
uh
like the name, the Fresh Book Festival.
well, it's an acronym and it stands for fiction, romance, erotica, spiritual, and health.
Mm,
And Daytona Beach. And I should have remembered that because Daytona Beach is where Bethune-Cookman is
yes.
college, and my niece went there. So, uh,
Oh,
yeah, I
okay.
went to the graduation there. So it's a very nice town. So, and Donna has been very creative, and she has the support of Daytona Beach for her event.
Nice,
So,
nice.
so as soon as Donna comes on and her face and her her microphone, we're going to have her talk to us about her event. It's coming up soon. So
There
we
she is.
have there she is. We wanted to have Donna on the show before her event so people can know about it if they want to
Yay.
attend, people who in that area. So Donna, welcome to Black Authors Matter TV.
Thank you so much.
And I
I know
must
that,
say, I'm loving the backdrop.
Mhm.
oh, well, do you want to know the secret to that?
Sure.
It's a room divider.
Oh, okay.
You have it painted like that, or did you buy it like that?
So I put two together, right?
I
And
like
Oh, you put two
no,
together.
it came like that. Books. It has books on both sides. These are the great works, Dickens and all that. And
Mhm.
then the other side is kind of just books everywhere. So yeah,
it.
I did it during the pandemic and it's holding up pretty well. I think I probably need a new one soon, but it's been there
I
since the
think we all
pandemic.
got creative during the pandemic.
Yes, yes,
In all
yes.
sorts of ways.
We just really had to during the pandemic because
Right.
I think I did my first book festival, one of the first book festivals on the internet during the pandemic, and we thought 6 hours? I don't know how this is gonna work, but
Oh,
yeah,
see, you are my kindred sister because, see, I do a Black History Month literary weekend. And in 2021, because of the pandemic,
right.
I did a 6 hour virtual event. Everything that I do over 3 days, I squished it all into 6 hours. And it was awesome.
Oh, I didn't do that. I had it for 2 whole days. I'm gonna go for it, right? And so yeah, we brought in films and we brought in David Simon from the UK. And so we were
Right.
crossing our fingers and we had people behind us, what do you call it? Shared people, just in case my system went down or their system went down.
Yeah.
So we had all these backdrops to make sure that it happened. So yeah.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
amazing.
we did that too, 2 years, and we did two and a half days, and
Yeah.
it was a
But the
total
whole time you're like, oh, internet, hold
no,
on. Didn't
yeah,
work very well. Mine went really well. I think because I
yeah,
had those
ours did
people
too.
in the back. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
ours did
holding things
too.
together and
But
putting
we
in your
had
time.
more just constant people because what we did
Yeah.
was everybody who would have been physically at the festival got an opportunity to do an interview.
Mhm.
It might have been a
Wow.
short one or a long
Yeah.
one. So,
Yeah.
and then we had seminars on there. It was a lot.
It
So,
was a lot. And I just kept thinking, storm's gonna come through and then we're all out of the internet.
Stop
Uh,
thinking the worst.
yeah,
Yeah,
stop.
right. Well, I mean, I always want to think, what's the backstop? What's going to happen if this happens? What's going to happen if this happens? And that's
Right.
probably not the way to do things, but it worked out. So that was good.
But now tell me, since we're talking about events,
Mhm,
how
mhm.
did you come up with the name Fresh?
I, it was universal given. Yeah, I can't take credit for it at all.
Okay.
Yeah. Woke up with the acronym, woke up with the words, woke up with the logo. So,
Wow.
it was just something that was, supposed to happen when the doors open, when that portal opens. and you receive stuff, you just have to take it, you know, and think about what's going to happen to it later. But
So
yeah, so
are you
I
very
can't.
strict then
Mhm.
on those specific genres?
No, that was just to let everybody know that anybody who wants to come can come, right? Because
Mm,
the H can stand for health, happiness,
horror,
wholeness,
you get horror.
horror, right? So the H can stand for just about anything. And no, so we just want everybody to be able to come and say whatever they need to say in their books. Yeah, we take everybody, children. We couldn't find a way to put a C in there somewhere, but I think everybody kind of worked it out. We have a lot of children's authors that come every year. But my motivation was your book festival in 2008.
Wow.
Mm. You know, a lot of people are inspired by.
And you all were in a hotel at the time,
Okay, yeah.
which was, you
Yeah,
remember that?
we were.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember now because you know, because I had to, you know, I created
Yeah,
them, organized them, do
yeah, yeah.
do the legwork, do the
Well,
do
I'm
the
sure it's kind
stuff.
of different now that you are in the church, right? You're in the church now at this
Yeah,
point.
well, we're in the church's sports facility,
Right. Okay. Yeah.
so it's not in the sanctuary.
No, no, no. Right, 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 right.
But yeah,
But I'm sure it was much easier than the whole hotel thing.
well, I
Sometimes.
tell
Okay.
people if you want to do something in a hotel, people say, "Why did you have it in a hotel?" And my response is, "Okay, if you write me a check for $50,000, then yes, hotels cost a fortune.
A fortune. My
Mhm.
first one was in a hotel and it was a
It
complete
costs
flop.
a fortune.
We lost all kind of money. So
Yeah, you
yeah,
lose your shirt. You can really literally
yeah,
lose your shirt, and you know you
yeah,
get
yeah.
bankrupt.
Yeah. I left some mortgage payments at that hotel.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean,
it's a lesson learned.
so when people say it, when the people say that, why don't you do it? I know they've never done
They've never done it.
it. Because if they did, they
Absolutely.
wouldn't say it.
I
Absolutely.
like how you said you left a couple mortgage payments.
Hey,
Well, yeah, I mean, they don't let
I'm
you, they're not going to open the door unless the bill
no,
is paid. Right.
no, they don't. They have to be paid.
Right.
If you lose all the money, that I
They
mean
don't
that
care.
they don't care.
Right.
They don't
They
care.
just
They
need
have
their
to
money.
be paid.
Right. And
And
we had it over the MLK weekend, and the
that's right.
Black Shriners were there, and the cheerleaders were there, and they walked past those tables like we were selling minutia.
I said they weren't studying all. They had their own event going on.
When I tell you,
Yeah.
when I tell you they could care less that we were sitting there with all those books, oh, it was a, but I will say that the people that were there are still with me and they hung in there after that disaster. We drank a lot. We drank a lot. Because there was nothing, I mean, what else we gonna do? You know what I
You
mean?
know,
We're stuck. So,
that's a
yeah.
thought. Normally, I'm too exhausted to drink, but afterwards, I'm just. But
Girl.
I hear you. I hear you. And here's the other
Yeah.
thing that you said that a lot of people, you know, this they don't get the universe of Black people that read books. I'm not talking
Mhm.
about read social media posts or read memes or read TikTok,
Mhm.
you know, that read books. That's a
It's,
small
yeah.
percentage,
Yeah.
probably something like 15% of
Right.
Black. And so you have to get those people to your event because if you like you said you had people there, but if they're just walking past the table, or sometimes at some events, a lot of people will go to events thinking things are free. They're going
Right.
to, you know, not the book people, but other people. They're going there
Right.
looking for free stuff. And so the
Yeah.
authors, they need to sell their books.
Well, we came up with a concept last year, which I guess, well, when when you're universally given it, then you have to take it when you get it, right?
Mhm.
So as opposed to having sponsors for things like logos and all that stuff, we have implemented a voucher program. So the sponsors have vouchers. with their logos on it. And the vouchers are worth $10. And so the children and the seniors and the students get a voucher until they run out. And those vouchers are given to the authors, and then we reimburse them. So we know at some point you're going to make some money, as opposed to leaving without any money. And
Yeah.
that's worked really well, and we're hoping that it works really well this year also. That so most of the authors were able to get their registration money.
Right.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
do something like that too.
Something.
Yeah. You do something similar? Yeah.
The way we do it is we do it. It's a coupon, but it's the same
Yeah.
principle.
Voucher, yeah.
And it's a they get it as a door prize. So if they
Okay.
attend one of our special events, then we have door prizes we give away. And
Okay.
so they're different denominations. It might be $5, $10, or we do one for $25, but they're mostly
Okay.
$5. So
Yeah.
they use those to buy books, and then the authors turn them in at the end and get
Right.
we give them the cash.
Right. So that's some reciprocity, right? In case because everybody's not going to make money. But I tell everybody, don't come to the book festival. When I came to your book festival, I wasn't even there to make money. I was there to meet as many people as I could. And Greg Burton, I don't even know if you remember him. We were back in an erotic section in a corner in the dark.
It wasn't dark.
It wasn't that funny.
I remember that one because that was the one where we didn't have enough room. We had a big room, like a big ballroom, and then we had like a spillover room, sort of. And
we were on a spillover.
Yeah, I remember that year.
But no, it was my intention was not to sell a book. My intention was to get to know as many people as I could while I was there, to get to know the business, right? And I think a lot of people come to these book festivals like they're gonna sell, 50, and you might. I'm not saying you can't, but on an average, you might sell 20, 25. And I think that should be the goal that you look at, and you want to make money, certainly, but you want that knowledge that's in the room because there's so much, and make sure you talk to like everybody. Leave your card with everybody. Make sure that you offer them something as well as them offering you something, right? Don't just take it, but try to give a little too while you're out there, making your pitch. And that has been, from the filmmakers that we bring in. They, Travis Hunter was there one year, and just so many others. I can't even think because I'm trying to think off the top of my head, but and they were instrumental in just giving people. So Booker T. Madison was there 3 years in a row. He's amazing. Now I can't only call him up. I can't afford it. So I mean, it's okay because he has catapulted to a degree that I can't, push him back anymore. But let me tell you, while he was at the level, he was so giving, and just gave his knowledge to everybody. Keith Kareem Williams has been with us for 6 years. I love that young man. He is just has an amazing story. I mean, he writes all about everything else except the fact that through it all, he remained an author and raised two of the most amazing children by himself. That, to me, that's the story, right? But he doesn't know about that. Sandenise Myers is there this year. She was Heavy D's niece. So she's been in the industry. She's done video and full-length movies. And so Emery Riddle was the sponsor. And that was it. That was the key. So once I got over losing, my house and my car from the hotel, I decided, well, maybe I should do some collaboration with somebody, right? Because no man is an island. And I ran across one of the commissioners who in the city of Daytona Beach, Commissioner Paula R. Reed. Thank you so much. I cannot even tell you what that means to me. Who has been sponsor from the beginning and fought for funding, fought for location, fought for staffing. And this year, no, not this year, last year, our tagline is literacy is a legacy. And for the first time, the city of Daytona Beach brought in 40,000 books
Wonderful.
giveaway,
That's
right?
amazing.
Wow.
I mean, it took 13 years, right? But still, when you
And
see
you
that,
stuck with it. Yes.
right? When you see that, and when the mayor and the group from Tallahassee said they were coming in and they had 40,000 books, I said, oh, this is, okay, God, you're gonna have to work this out. So went through neighborhoods, everybody went through neighborhoods, bring your children, make sure that we make a statement that literacy is a legacy in the city of Daytona Beach, and we're gonna leave it that way. We want it to be there. We want to strive for it. And when I got there at 9 o'clock, the line was around the corner and I stood and cried. The doors hadn't even opened yet. Right. So
Mm.
that's how that progression has happened, right?
Mhm.
That people are actually, if the adults aren't reading to the children are reading to the adults. And I don't care how that works as long as it does. So I can't say enough about the city of Daytona Beach when it comes to literacy and the thinking that their residents have to be, must be, should be literate. If nothing else, you should be able to read your way through life and not struggle. Yeah. So
Well, one important thing that you touched on is that even though it took 13 years, the city of Daytona Beach came through for you.
oh yeah.
Sometimes you need to see that you're not a fly by night, that you're actually here for them. And when they see that and they see that you have what we call stick-to-itiveness,
Right.
they are more apt to support you. So I congratulate you for continuing to keep it going.
Thank you.
I mean, I
Yeah.
know what it's like to feel like you've lost everything after an event. And everybody's
Right.
telling you how great the event was, but you're like, I don't feel like it was great. My pockets aren't telling me it was great.
I'm sleeping in my garage because I can't go in the house. But yeah, I think that people don't really understand. And you guys are 20 years, right? How many
No,
years?
17,
Okay,
17.
close.
Yeah.
So and I think Curtis is 20, maybe knocking on 20.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
yeah, he's close to 20. Yeah.
The one in Vanessa in Philadelphia that does the children's one,
Right.
he's at 32 years.
Right. So I take my hat off to all of us because I didn't have this much gray hair at 13. A lot more now than it was then, right? A lot of lessons learned. It started out in January, and because in the city of Daytona Beach, I don't know what it's like where Houston, right? Is that correct?
Mhm.
Um, you have to be very careful when you give an event because we have NASCAR, we have Bike Week, we have Spring Break, we
Yeah.
have the Zora Neale Hurston Festival, then you have MLK, then you have the Super Bowl. January and February done.
Mhm.
So we were keeping it at the second week in January, and everybody kept saying, Donna, it's just not, you need to move it. You need to move it. And I kept saying, I'm keeping it there because the rates of the hotel are cheaper. Why? Because nobody's doing anything. Right? So, the rates of the hotel are cheaper. The venues are cheaper. Things are just cheaper the second week in January. And they said, well, it's cheaper, but ain't nobody coming. So
Yeah, plus it's too
fine.
close to Christmas.
Plus it's too close to Christmas.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
finally, we kind of, roped our way around and found our niche, which is the last week in February.
okay.
It's after Super Bowl. It's after NASCAR. It's before Bike Week, and it's before Spring Break. So I think we have found our niche
Found the sweet
for the
spot.
book festival. Yeah, the sweet spot. Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th of February. Embry-Riddle has been our film sponsor for the last 5 years, which is amazing. They're an aeronautical university, but they believe in what we're doing, and we thank them. And of course, the city of Daytona Beach. And this year, we have the Halifax Historical Society, who is going to have Victoria Christopher Murray there doing her new book with Mary McLeod Bethune. And what a better place for her to be there. And so now we're kind of tentacled all around the city, and then we all converge back into the community center for 2 days. So it's, yeah,
So
I'm excited.
is your event a week long?
It's 3 days.
Oh, it's
It
3
feels
days.
like a week. It feels like
The 22nd, 23rd, and 24th.
24th.
So Thursday, Friday, and
Friday
Saturday.
and Saturday.
Those are the same days as my Black History Month event. So I guess I won't
Well,
be.
I mean, listen, it's the day, you picking a day is
Yeah.
really extremely hard. And if you do it in the summer, all the kids are out of school. So forget
No,
that.
no, no. You have a great time frame. I
Right.
just say I just wish I can come.
Yeah,
But
I know. I wish you could come, right? But
it's
we can
time.
Zoom, listen, we can Zoom you in. Just give me a time when you want to come and
You
talk.
don't have to say but a word. I'll do
Yeah, yeah.
it.
We'll Zoom you in if you want to just come and talk about your festival and things about publishing and how that publishing part is, yeah. It's really, it really, even today, it is, I think, a challenge for melanated people. In many, many ways, financially and otherwise, right? And I think that, and I don't want to go in a soapbox about it, but we have to understand that everything that's written is not literate. Everything that's not written is not literate. So we need to take the time to make sure that what we write is literate and that people understand it. And you have to pay money for that. I don't write perfect, so I have to have an editor.
Well, everybody has to have it.
I have to have an
Yeah.
editor. Right.
Every author has to
Has to
have
have an
an
editor.
editor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
we have blind spots.
I'm really good at English and words, but
Right.
I need an editor
You need an
because
editor.
when you look at your work, you look over things, you miss things. And if
Over
you're
stuff.
a perfectionist like I am, when you want to put out a perfect product or as close to perfection as you can get, and you're self-published, then
Yeah.
it's even more imperative because some people, they don't like self-published books because of what you just said.
Right.
You-
But no, I don't blame anyone. I'll say that some publishers are more apt to publish melanated books that are functionally illiterate than any others, right? That the first page, that nobody looked at this, nobody edited this book. They just took that person's money, they put it together, and they put it out. And I think that's a disservice to us.
Yeah.
It's a disgrace, really. And then some of them, they're just scamming. It's just they're being shysty because even even the size of the book, the dimensions of the book are not standard. So
Right.
to give somebody a book that's really more like one of those college, like a college workbook, like an 8.5 by 11 or bigger than that. That's not a book is not that size.
That happened to an author once, and she was so upset. She didn't realize the book would come out like that.
Oh.
Yeah, because it shouldn't.
And you pay more for that.
Yeah, you do. But
Yeah,
some people they take advantage of people not knowing things. So, in the time that we have left, Donna, tell people again about the event,
Okay.
what are the dates and the location.
Yeah, and then what goes on? I know it's not just a bunch of authors sitting at tables.
No.
There's so much more to it. So let us know what happens.
Well, we have workshops all day, and one of the newer ones this year is a vision board workshop, which is literacy. I had to be convinced that we should do that, but I'm convinced now that some people need to see it. I write it, you write it, but some people need to see it. So we're going to have a vision board workshop. We have a workshop on publishing. We have a workshop on filmmaking. We have a workshop on hurt people hurt people. So
Mm.
people who write books who want to talk about their trauma, we're going to have a workshop on that. Each author gets a 7-minute interview on tape to use on their social media, do whatever they want to. We Zoom in people from the UK, like I said, Dr. Simon from the National Black Book Festival. We we talk all day, I mean, for sure. We have the Palm Terrace Elementary comes and reenacts a book every year. They're doing Teresa Dyer's book. Where is it? Oh, Being Yourself. It's about self-confidence, and they're going to do that. They bring their drum line, they bring the chorus, and so that's a real community event. And we have poetry on Saturday night to end the festival, and a saxophone player and dinner. And it's casual, comfortable, nice, casual all weekend. We really don't get dressed up and do a banquet or anything like that. We just kind of sell books and try to be literate all weekend. And it's the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th of February in the beautiful city of Daytona Beach. And if you need to reach out, my email address is freshbookfestivals with an S at gmail.com.
Well, we did
Yeah,
put your
yeah.
website in the chat,
Okay, okay.
so people can click on the link and learn more about your event. And it's in
Thank you.
Daytona Beach, correct?
Daytona Beach.
Yeah, and finally, I wanted to ask about
So
Bethune Cookman.
Dr. Lawson and Gwen, will you come together via internet? Zoom? Maybe?
Well, it's during Rhonda's event.
So
But
you have to
she,
give me a time, Rhonda. Maybe 15 minutes. That's all we need.
Well, I might be able to make that happen, but now if you want Gwen and I to do it together, we'd have to
No,
get.
it doesn't. I mean, however you want to do it.
Oh,
Just
okay.
let me know.
Okay.
We'll find
Let me
we'll
look
find
at your
15
schedule
minutes
to
to
see what
bring
you
you
have.
in,
Let me see
zoom
what you
you
have
in.
going on. I might be able to squeeze 15 minutes or so in.
Yeah,
I would love to support you.
yeah, that'd be
yeah,
great.
I'm game. I would just have to look at my schedule.
Yeah. We can zoom you in Friday or Saturday,
Okay.
between 12 and 5.
Okay.
Come
Oh,
join us. Yeah.
well, DM me on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
What we've been doing, and so glad to have you on the show.
Okay, well, now it's your turn to be on my show. I'm just saying.
Okay, I know you did ask me, but you asked me.
Yeah, but that was right before your event.
Oh,
That was
right
not,
before the
that was
festival.
wrong.
And I was, what's so
It
wrong?
was really wrong of me. I was like, oh, Donna, why
I
you
was
do that?
up to here. I was like, I
No.
don't think I can do
I
it.
apologize for that because I first, and when you said it, I was like, oh, snap, I shouldn't have done that. So now that it's over, we'll
You're
kind
right.
of try to get you in like mid-February, talk about some what's coming
Okay.
up in Black History
Okay.
and your event, right?
Yes, the Black History Month Literary Weekend.
Yeah, let's do it. So thank you, ladies, very, very much. I appreciate your time, and
All right, Donna.
we'll see each other again really, really soon.
Absolutely.
And,
It went by so fast.
I know
I
you're
know that we're
going
about
to be
to.
great. I know you're
Yeah,
going to be great.
yeah.
So,
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
okay. You're
And
welcome.
keep doing what you're doing. I try to watch every time I can.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Do you get rid of me or I get rid of myself?
You get rid of me. Or you can do it, but we'll do it if you don't.